7 years ago, I started playing RuneScape properly. I got so addicted that I rushed Barrow's gloves in 2 weeks, got an Infernal Cape in 4 months, and a Zik pet after a year of Theater of Blood. But lately, the most fun I've had with RuneScape isn't with the modern game. It's watching videos about a version of RuneScape thought to be lost to time. Because Jagex couldn't find any backup files of RuneScape from before August 2007, a developer named Pizzazz and a rambunctious group of dedicated players have been painstakingly rebuilding 2004 RuneScape from old game caches. They call it Lost City. It's a free community-run project that is open source on GitHub. So allow me to introduce myself and this game. Because if you don't know me, my name is KempQ and I'm going on a very strange new adventure. When it started, Lost City resembled RuneScape as it was on May 18th, 2004, just 2 months after RuneScape 2 was released. But through lots of community cache submissions and bug testing by players, the game has so far been updated to November 24th of 2004. Now with special attacks, Fremenix and the city of Relica, the Elven lands and the Regicide quest, and many more updates, with Slayer and Barrows hopefully coming out in the next year. I'm really excited to enjoy the simplicity and slower pace of a 20-year-old game, to play and trade with a small number of very devoted players, to prep for future updates, and to make the most of a version of RuneScape that is very unpopular because it's so much more difficult, and yet very rewarding and completely unforgettable. This is playing 2004Scape properly. There is no time like the present moment to just spawn in the game and see what happens. And what happened was I decided I wanted to steal from this dumb guy. But it turns out I was the dumb one because I'm really having trouble with that. In this game, I have to right-click the man, drag my mouse down, and then left-click him in order to pickpocket. And that's different from modern old-school RuneScape where you can simply set the option to one-click pickpocket. Yeah, so this game is harder, but it is so simple. And I love that. It is perfect just how it is. And yes, Pizzazz and his team will add a few updates over time, some of them being pretty big ones, but we already know what they're going to be, and for some reason that really appeals to me. I love the acronym, Keep It Simple, Stupid. And while the game itself is a simple one, it is completely up to me how I experience it and prepare for the updates. I've got a confession to make. I'm a thief. I've been stealing a lot, but it turns out it was actually good for this guy who I was able to sell 500 cakes to. I'm just at a point in my journey where I still think I need to steal a lot of stuff. That way I can prepare myself for some great things later on. The fastest thieving XP in the game comes from Arty Knights, and that would be a dream to be able to pickpocket from them. Stealing from them requires 55 thieving, and if I stay lower combat level than the knight, then I'll get to left click pickpocket it. That wasn't the case for the man because I was higher level than it. I do not want to attack the knight, which would be the first option if I was higher combat level. So for the time being, I'm just gonna lay low and not train my combat level above level 46. And then once I've mastered the thieving skill, I'll never have to worry about that again. Since I'm going all the way up to 99 thieving, it'll help a lot to have a little more health just so I can eat higher healing food. So I'm gonna train my magic to unlock teleports and also train my hit points to make thieving a lot easier. Now, I mentioned that this game is harder, and that's true, but there are a couple diamonds in the rough that, for me, make this game worth playing entirely on their own. Exhibit A is the Lost City markets. People are buying air runes on here for 30 coins each. I can buy them anywhere from 5 to 12 GP each at the rune shops, so it's actually incredibly easy to make money as a low level on this game. I started playing in 2005, pretty much exactly what this version of the server is. So it's very nostalgic for me. But back then I was a little kid and it took me a month to earn 20,000 GP for full Mithril. But now that I don't have to beg my mom for membership because this game is free and instant access to all the rich players through this marketplace, it feels like I've got superpowers when it comes to money making. And because these runes are so expensive, every cast is precious. So it's a big deal when I get a new magic level. For some free magic experience, I'm doing Witch's Potion quest, and so I need a piece of burnt meat. I was gonna go kill a cow, but the imp delivered it, which I didn't know it could do. It's confirmed. I rolled the god tier luck on this account. Completed. 11 hit points. The 10 HP dream is dead. Full inventory of cowhides and 1 black bead. Plus, I got a lot of mage levels from killing the cows, which I did actually manage to bank before going AFK and dying somehow. I had to go do something IRL, but when I died, I'm pretty sure I was near the Drainer Village jail, so I probably died to one of the jail guards, and I did lose my entire cash stack. Death mechanics feel brutal on this game, but luckily I had more runes in the bank that I could sell. Got the white bead for the Imp Catcher quest, yellow bead, and pretty luckily got all 4 beads now. I'm doing the Fight Arena quest because the reward for this quest is a lot of attack experience and thieving experience, which are both things I want to train. And wow, take a look at the old Hellhound graphics. I would say it's scary, but it's mostly cute. Fight Arena complete with lots of attack XP and thieving. The Monk's Friend quest is also nearby, and it's good to do early because I get 1 to 13 woodcutting and 8 law runes, which will be good for teleports as soon as I unlock the teleport to Varrock spell at 25 magic. Now for a while I was going through these doors for good thieving XP, but as it turns out this was actually patched in the last update. These doors no longer give good XP. They had been the best method for XP for a while up to Arty Knights, but now pickpocketing guards just happens to be the best XP. 41 thieving, and now it's time to actually train up my hit points. All those runes I bought from Mage Bank are coming in clutch because I'm selling them for a huge profit margin. In this way I get the food, being salmon, and rings of recoil in order to do some quests with. And the cool thing I was excited to learn is that there are still new players joining this game. I had to wait outside while he slayed the beast because only 1 person at a time can enter this building. I'm really excited to talk about this later, but like everybody talks to you in this game. You can go up to anybody and they will respond to you. I mean, it's only happened once where someone didn't respond to me because they were doing some intensive clicking. So even though the community is small, it's vibrant. It's so active and engaged in the game. I feel like I found a time capsule with gold treasure in it because I just haven't had this experience in like 20 years of playing games. You might think I sound weird because of how passionate I am about this one element of this game, and you've only seen a few interactions that I've had with other players, but as we go through more of this playthrough, you'll see exactly what I mean. Witch's House complete, and that's 25 hit points straight away. And I'm not done there with the hit points training, but already this is going to make thieving a lot more relaxed. Imp Catcher complete. Surprise! 48 thieving. This did take hours though. I get stunned all the time and the stuns last for 8 ticks or 4.8 seconds. So I'm kind of stuck in this low XP hole for now, but the higher my thieving level gets, the closer I'll get to that 180k thieving XP per hour. And there we go, 53 thieving, the level for Desert Treasure, which is not even in the game yet. And now I want some meaningful levels to round out my stats a little before I go straight to thieving, like 10 fishing and 25 cooking. Some people have offered me donations, but for this playthrough, you can kind of think of it as like I'm pretending I am not who I am. It's just a lot more fun to pretend I'm not who I am because that way I actually get to stay focused in the game and feel like I'm earning stuff. Shout out to Undo, who is just handing out rune axes to anybody on the marketplace, and I snagged one from him. Now that I have my thieving level up a bit, I get stunned so much less, which really increases the XP rate. It's been like 10 hours of thieving training, but soon I'll get to move on to Arty Knights. There it is, 55 thieving. Arty Knights will hit me for 3s every time they catch me pickpocketing them. So it'd be nice to get my hit points even higher than it is, and I think I'll do that by starting out with some quests and then train combat. Training the ranged a little bit so I can do Temple of Ikov. And for this quest, I really need iron knives. But it just so happens I passed by a guy that was using iron knives on the Moss Giants, and he sold me some. 4 ranged is the level I'm going to do Temple of Ikov with because I get an extra max hit with the iron knives. Selling some willow logs I chopped down earlier, and now I can almost afford the 20 limpwort roots I need for the quest. A little haggling later, and I've got my limps. Full Graceful is not in the game, so it takes just a few minutes to get the best weight reducing gear in the entire game. Boots of Lightness, you can get them at level 3. Now I can finally play the game. I bet somebody wants to lure me and take all my stuff using this bridge. You gotta wonder if there are gonna be lurers on 2004Scape. I kind of doubt it though, because the community is so tight-knit. Also, anybody with the rares is gonna be super knowledgeable about all the old lures. So I don't think people with party hats will pretty much ever get lured on this game. All right, I managed to get 5 ranged before going in for this boss fight. And I brought rings of recoil and a lot of food because I'm pretty scared. But if I use accurate attack style, then I can hit a 2 on the guy. That will speed up the kill a little bit, but the rings of recoil are going to do most of the damage. And shout out to Solo Mission Videos for teaching me that you can just equip the ice arrows in the quiver slot and use any knife you want, and also do this at any range level. You don't need level 40, despite what the quest requirements say. I have extra red and yellow beads, so I put a sale offer on the marketplace for 8k each. Yeah, whoever buys these is getting absolutely rinsed, but wanted to see if anybody would do it, and as it turns out, as I'm headed to Edgeville to finish this quest, this guy wants to buy the beads. So I will happily sell them and replenish my cash stack because I just spent pretty much all my money on Limport roots. So this is a good help. Time to fight Lucian, and I've got my trusty Earth Strikes. These are a lot less expensive than Fire Strike, and they cost 1/3 of the air runes. So it's a lot cheaper, still maxes 6 compared to Fire Strike's 8, and still a very effective spell, especially against this guy. Then Plague City, which unlocks 15 mining and the ability to teleport to Ardy, which I should probably call it Ardy instead of Ardown because you guys are going to really hate how I pronounce it probably. But Ardoon, Ardy, yeah. You can roast me in the comments about how weird that is. In the Biohazard quest, you're the one that starts the Biohazard.
So you're telling me the plague is a farce to get control of the people. Interesting.
Biohazard complete. Now, I can't quite teleport to Ardy, even though I got this scroll to unlock that spell. I just have to train my magic a bit more in order to do that, which is something I really want to do because I'll be spending a lot of time in Ardy for training thieving to 99. Doric's quest complete for a little more mining XP. So I learned from watching videos of other people play this game that if you rub a games necklace or a ring of dueling while you're running, then your run energy actually doesn't drain for a while. And it makes it last like 3 times longer, I think. That comes in handy a lot because there's so much running in this game compared to old school, where you'd pretty much just teleport everywhere. I have no idea why I always get 2 blurite swords whenever I do this quest. There's just something about the fact you can never get it again once you finish, but I never use it for Fashionscape on any of my accounts that I've ever done this on, so I still don't know why I do it, but it's just kind of fun, I guess. And that's the Knight Sword completed. I jump up to 29 smithing, and now I can do the Tourist Trap quest. When you go in the desert on this game, you actually get a Shantae disclaimer, which means that Shantae is not responsible if you die. But you don't get this on old school, so I thought this was fun. Again, the reason I'm doing all these quests is so I can train my combats up a little bit. I want to get good melee stats, and then I'll train my hit points. Now, the hit points is really what I want the most, so that I can have higher hit points for training to 99 thieving. It'll just make it a lot more relaxed of a process. Anna didn't want to be rescued, but I've got her now, and I'm returning her to her mom for the reward. Not even close, just 3 hit points left. Legend states Anna went straight back to the mining camp, because that's where she wanted to be. But in the meantime, I've got my reward of 1 to 26 agility. Just enough for the Grand Tree quest. Tree Gnome Village first, though. The day is saved, and this gets me from 29 to 35 attack. Oh, you're a cute black demon, aren't you? Yeah, good boy. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Boom! Grand Tree completed, 41 attack now and 2 strength. That's going to have to come up a little bit. So, Waterfall quest complete, and that gets me 44 attack and 30 strength. Now, I wanted to come up with a few ideas to train my magic level to unlock teleport to Ardy and get my hit points up at the same time. I came up with green dragons, and this would be good profit as well. Unfortunately, they have very high defense, so I decided to abort mission on this one. I have 59 thieving, so I'm able to access the Chaos Druid Tower just northwest of Ardy. These Chaos Druids have low defense, and they also drop unidentified herbs, which sell for a lot of money on the marketplace. So I can get my magic up, my hit points, and make a good amount of profit. Later, I decided to train melee here because my priority is that hit points experience, and it's just faster with melee. But in the meantime, I was able to unlock teleport to Falador and get quite a few unidentified herbs. And while I was around Artie, I would wait for the general store to restock its vials of water. These sell for a lot, and I can actually make about 600,000 GP per hour just buying these vials of water, banking them, and repeating. Whenever they're not in stock, I just go back to training my hit points and getting more unidentified herbs. And here we go, I met someone from the marketplace, Avatar, who wants to buy not only my unidentified herbs, but also the vials of water that I was collecting. And now I am rich, 250k in my inventory. It feels amazing. And now I want to treat myself to a rune scimitar. So I bought one from the same guy, and it barely makes a dent in my cash stack too. Asked around for a strength amulet and picked up that as well. And with all this early money, I can even afford super strength potions. Probably splurging a little bit too much, but this vials of water moneymaker is pretty insane, so I'm not scared. And here we go, back to the druids, this time with melee and my shiny rune scimitar. This is kind of how it looks when I do the vials of water running. I just run to this general store. I am rubbing the ring of dueling so I can save some run energy. I pick up the vials of water and head straight back to the bank. Either bank, it doesn't really matter. The north one and the south one, they're pretty much the same distance from the store. And if I can sell these for 250 to 300 each, which is pretty common, and I can get 2.4k per hour, then that's 600,000 GP per hour. And I can do this as a level 3, and I think Flax is about the same GP per hour, but I feel like I can sometimes sell these vials of water for more than 300 each. So I like this better. And one of the last things I need for best in slot melee gear is climbing boots. So I'm going to finish the Death Plateau quest. Quest completed, and now I can get myself some climbers for that +2 strength bonus, best in slot boot slot. Big batch of vials of water being sold, so now you're seeing real evidence of me selling these for 260 GP each. This took me less than half an hour to get, and so the big bucks are coming in. Especially now that I also have a bunch of units I can sell, and this guy is going to give me a Ring of Wealth and 190k. Now I have a lot higher chance of hitting the rare drop table, which actually makes a big difference for profit in this game. Rare drop table is on a lot of monster lists, even in 2004Scape. So you can get stuff like the Dragon Med Helm, all kinds of jewels, which are pretty expensive, like uncuts. They're really pricey in this game. And then there's the mega rare table on the rare drop table as well. Runes, rune items, tons of stuff on the rare drop table. So Ring of Wealth is actually really, really helpful. Sold more vials of water, and now I am loaded. And now I'm going to put my newfound cash into training magic. Every time the Knight of Artie catches me pickpocketing him, there's a long delay before I can pickpocket him again. And in that time, I can cast a few low-level alchemies on some longbows that I just fletched. Okay, there it is, 41 magic. That's all I was doing here with low-level alchemy. Now I can trade my magic by superheating iron ore, which is the best possible thing I can do right now. It feels good to pay it forward. Someone gave me this rune axe for free, so now I get to pay it forward to someone else that needs it. It's a good thing I got 43 magic because I was running out of wizard mind bombs. There we go. I can now superheat without a boost. Also, 31 smithing at the same time. Trade, 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 trade. And in this game, a very big milestone, 45 magic to teleport to Camelot, which is a trading hub, especially for fletching related items. So it's a very nice teleport to have. And there's the one, 51 magic for teleport to Artie. Shows up nice and blue in my spellbook now. Big old trade, 831k back. I probably shouldn't have sold all of my iron though, because I want a full iron armor set now. But that's okay, 30 mining, and now I can smith myself my very own full iron armor set. And I am looking good. Now it's time to run up from Camelot up to rock crabs, which are the best thing I can possibly AFK. And I actually learned the hard way. You'll see the 1k coins in my inventory here. I learned the hard way that Waterbirth Island actually doesn't exist yet. So I have to train east of Relica at the rock crabs there. I already trained a lot of these combat levels at the Chaos Druids, but now I'm just getting the final hit points levels up to level 44 hit points for thieving. I hit a few crabs and here we are. I'm pretty much thieving until 99, so I'll be here for a long time. I can spice it up a little bit by multi-skilling, where I'm training magic and smithing by superheating between stalls, between delays in pickpocketing the Knight of Ardi. So I can get 2 superheats in between every delay, and I get stunned a lot right now because my thieving is still low. So that means I'll be pretty quickly training up my magic and smithing. And this is the best possible way I could be training smithing right now, because it's kind of sort of zero time. Every way of training smithing is pretty expensive, especially the faster ways of training smithing. They are like really, really expensive. And this is no different. It's also expensive, but you're also getting the magic XP. So I did the math, and this is actually a really solid way to train both of those skills. And I'm kind of sort of making a little bit of my money back by pickpocketing the Knight, but on the whole, still losing a bunch of money, which can be recouped by getting vials of water or whatever I choose, or just taking a break from doing the superheating and simply thieving the Knight of Ardi, which of course is just simply generating income for me. After 99 thieving, I'm going to want to do a lot of quests, and Fran 2004 is selling some quest kits on the marketplace. I thought, who knows if this person will ever like quit or stop selling quest kits or whatever, so I just figured, get this out of the way now, get these items in my bank, so for after 99 thieving, I have everything ready to go. Level up, level up, level up, dead. But not really. And this is a huge one. High level alchemy, 55 magic. This is going to be so handy for alchs later on. It'll be one of the best ways to train magic. But for now, I actually prefer superheating. It's good for that smithing XP. And I think it's actually cheaper for me right now, just better overall. So I'm enjoying this. Okay, my first ever trade event. A lot of people are congregating in Edge. Oh, this is the first green party hat I've seen too. Wow, cool. Yeah, a lot of people are here. People keep PMing me like, come to this event, because there's going to be just this trade event, then some PKing, I think, as well, and also a drop party. So I am excited for the drop party. Basically, I won't take donations like because I make YouTube videos. I think that's silly. Like I just want to play as if I was a regular player. So like I'll go to drop parties and I'll pick up loot, I don't mind that. I think that's fun. But I don't want donations just for the fact that I'm like a YouTuber or whatever.
Kempy's playing 2004 properly.
Oh my gosh, you just said the series name out loud. You guessed it, bro. Big trade. Selling all my vials for 315 each. Getting rid of my iron bars and replenishing my superheat casts all in the same trade. Okay, he wanted more than I wanted to pay, but it's alright. My first charged glory. Nice. Okay. And you have to remove it in order to use the charge or teleport anywhere. Oh, that's funny. But I'm just going to keep it for when I need it. Okay, the drop party is about to start, and I want to get some goodies. Alright, the drop party's over. Took probably like 10 minutes, and I got these goodies. I would price check it, but there's no price check option, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know what this is worth, but probably like 400k total. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, time for more thieving. Level up, level up, level up, level up. And now a brief moment of silence for the man that can't one-click the Ardi Knights. Level up. Level up, level up. The difference between Lost City and regular RuneScape. Well, first of all, drop parties happen in Lost City. Second of all, everyone PMs you the moment you log in and tells you to get over there. They could just keep it to themselves and try to get all the loot for themselves, but no, they message you and they like are trying to help you. This is crazy, man. Like, I've known these guys for maybe 3 days or something. I've just seen them on the server, maybe done a few trades with them, talked to them at Ardi Nights, and they're just trying to be helpful. Like, that is what everybody on this game is always doing. It's so cool. Didn't record it, but I think I got a few 100k from the drop party. And selling that Guthix plate skirt from the previous drop party. This guy is probably getting a really good deal, but I don't mind too much. Now leveling up to 69 thieving, and I'm going to upgrade from tuna to lobsters. This is a huge batch of lobsters I'm getting and will help propel me up to probably around 80 thieving or so. Yeah, I was right. 80 thieving. Yeah, I hope I didn't give you whiplash there, but yeah, that was a lot of hours of just clicking the night. and training the thieving up. So that's a lot of progress under my belt. I'm actually, in terms of hours, probably around halfway to 99 thieving. That sounds really strange because it's so much XP to go, like 11 million XP. But just getting the initial levels of thieving takes a long time. So I'm past that hurdle, and I've just got really fast XP ahead of me. This has been a blast so far. I hope you enjoyed episode 1. Please leave a like if you do want to see a second episode. I'll be playing this game regardless, but yeah, I'd really appreciate if you guys leave a like and comment if you support this series. Thanks for watching. See you next time.